I hesitate to put it like this because I'm sure Chase Elliott fans are going to rush to the dislike button, but my hot is that Chase Elliott did not make it into the playoffs. And I say that not because I don't like Chase Elliott or because I have anything against him or his success or not wishing him well or anything. I say that for the integrity of our playoff system, or what little integrity, in my opinion, we have left in our playoff system. Chase Elliott was injured in an off-track incident, missed a few races, got a waiver for that. I had no problem with that. He was then suspended due to an on-track incident and causing a crash that Denny Hamlin actually, I believe, mentioned on his podcast this week. He is still feeling the effects from that Coca-Cola 600 crash in some ways. He was suspended for a race and then given a waiver for that. And I could not disagree with that more, because in my opinion, when you give a waiver for a behavioral incident, whether it's on track or off the track, you render the suspension entirely meaningless. So the fact that up until, I guess, Saturday night, Chase Elliott was still championship eligible is just so backwards to me. And for all the people saying that, well, they hand out waivers like candy, why shouldn't Chase Elliott get one? I will tell you that there is precedent for this. Spencer Gallagher won a race at Talladega in the Xfinity Series in 2018. He then failed a random drug test. I know he was talking about in his Victory Lane interview, he was going to party like it was 1999. I guess he certainly did. He failed a drug test. NASCAR allowed him to go through the road to recovery. He missed a couple races. He came back, but they did not give him a waiver. So if it's a behavioral incident, as it was in the case of Chase Elliott, I do not think you should remain championship eligible, and I am thankful for the sake of the system's integrity that he is not competing in the playoffs this year. But I hope he comes back in 2024. I hope Hendrick can right the ship, and it's great when the most popular driver in the sport is running up front and competing for a championship, because that ultimately means more eyeballs on the sport. I know that NBC is certainly going to be disappointed to not have him in the championship in the next 10 races. I don't know what they're going to talk about, since that's all they seem to talk about since they came back was, can Chase Elliott overcome this deficit here and get back into the playoffs? But he hasn't done that, and I think that's a good thing for the sake of the system's integrity.